We have erred from the way of truth. We call them niggas. We poison them. We had genocide. We set up damn Planned Parenthood in their neighborhoods. Liquor store and gun store. Take them out. See that? We were agent provocateurs. Well, why y'all killing each other? Well, why was y'all setting up COINTELPRO, setting up agent provocateurs to pit Negroes against one another? That's where the Bloods and Crips come from. See that? Y'all did that. You strategically came against our people. We just read it in Psalms the 83rd chapter. Read what you got.
And the light of righteousness have not shined up unto us.
Go ahead.
And the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
What verse is that?
That's 6. I was 6.
Read.
Verse 7. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness.
In the way of what?
Wickedness.
So-called white man's dealing with what?
Wickedness.
Wickedness. Read.
And destruction.
And destruction.
Yea, we have gone through deserts where they lay no way.
You see that? Read.
But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it.
They had not known it. The Most High did not give it to them. He gave it to us. The real Jews are black. We God's chosen. Christ was the black man. We got to keep the commandments, man. We got to come back to the law.
That's right.
This is what's happening to our people, man. They've been brainwashed with the devil. They defiling the Holy Land.
The word, y'all come in the word.
The earth is about to be destroyed. We were put in slavery and captivity, and they hunted us down like dogs in the street. You see that? Hey, how you doing, sister? You live in Vegas? No. Y'all ain't from here?
No.
Where y'all from?
California.
California? Oh, y'all just vacationing?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, y'all the real Jews according to the Bible, man. The real Jews are black. Give me Songs of Solomon 1 and 5. And then you give me Acts 13 and 1. We're gonna go into the scriptures. This is a black man's book, man. They tricked our people with white supremacy. They called it the Renaissance. They made all the images white. Look at this. This guy right here, this devil right here, we call him devil because that means deceit. Somebody lies. He painted the image of this black guy right here white. You see that? And then the white Catholic popes now submit to the black image of the real Christ. We the real chosen people of God, man. We above all people upon the face of the earth. We gotta come back to the knowledge of who we are and start walking in obedience to God. You see that? Right now we've been cursed for disobedience. In the Bible it talks about how we were gonna go into slavery with ships. You see that? Did that happen to our people? Yeah. We were into slavery on ships. We said that we were sold on the auction block. What's wrong?
Songs of Solomon.
Read it.
The book of Songs of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5. I am black, but comely.
He's what?
Black, but comely.
So what color Solomon?
Black, but comely.
Black, but beautiful. He said it straight up. When you read it, Jesus Christ, his real name is Yahushua. He was a black man. Read what you got, brother.
The book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was in Antioch certain prophets and teachers.
So the prophets and teachers during the time of Christ, what color were they?
As Barnabas and Simeon,
Barnabas and Simeon. Simeon is, go ahead.
That was called Niger.
It was called niggers. That word Niger, you break it down in Greek, it means black. So these people were really black. They told us that they were white. They showed us this God. This image was constructed by Leonardo da Vinci and his drag queen girlfriend, Michelangelo, in the 16th century. He was paid by the Catholic Church to pick this man, who was a real person that existed, named Caesar Borgia, who was the second son of Pope Alexander VI of Rome. You see that? Before 1492, this didn't exist. The world knew that the real Israelites, the real Jews, was black. We ruled Europe for 1,000 years, starting in 193 AD under a man named Simeon Severus. We took over the Roman Empire, and we ruled all the way through what they call the Dark Ages. Dark, really, because dark people was ruling the world, like the Knights, the Vikings, Angels, the real Europeans was all black people. See, when you read a book called Babylon and Timbuktu, it tells you how over 1 million Jews fled Jerusalem in the year 70 AD and went down into Africa to escape persecution from the white Romans. And that's biblical, that's historical fact right there. So we flee under persecution because we want to keep God's laws. He said if we keep his laws, he's going to curse us and put us in slavery. For 400 years, but this 400 years is starting to come to an end. We all blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans were the same people. We mixed and we got different looks. So Israel looked like every nation under the sun. But we were put in captivity in America. Indians, over 77 million of them was wiped out by the so-called white man. They came through with smallpox and they put blankets on them and they all died out. Millions of them. And then over 100 million slaves didn't even make it to the shores of America. These is God's children. But they did that to them. They thought that they was doing it to niggas. We just read it, how they said, oh, we made a mistake. We killed God's people. We just read that in Maccabees, right? We didn't know we was doing evil. It was too late. The scripture said, whatever you put out, you're going to reap. What you hold on to? What you hold on to? Read Jeremiah 14:2. Then you
Book
get
of
that
Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Go ahead.
Judah mourneth.
The Jews, the real Jews, is in a mourning sad state. We all busted up. Read.
And the gates thereof language.
The gates represent the government system. We don't have any representation to represent Negroes. We get our Sharpton, he take a check. We get Louis Farrakhan, he take a check. We get all these black preachers that's supposed to be our leaders, they take a check. Everybody taking money, so that means they corrupt and they sold us out. We don't have anybody standing up saying, you ain't gonna do this to, you're not gonna do this to black people. We don't have anybody saying that. We exposed. Read.
They are black.
What color are the real Jews?
They are black.
They are black as what?
Unto the ground.
That's the ground. So the real Jew is black. This is all throughout the Bible. They say that the Bible is the white man's book. Well, he must have forgotten to admit that. See that? This is really written by ancient black people. And we the real Jews, we gotta keep the commandments. And if you were African American, you from the tribe of Judah.
Jeremiah chapter 14, verse 2.
That's the
King James 16, 11.
That's the King James Bible.
Apocrypha.
Yeah, King James, he was a black man. So they don't tell us that either. They slander the man and say he was a homosexual, he was evil. But no, he made it so that the truth could be preserved because the Catholic Church wanted to hold on to the records and just tell you what the Bible said. They didn't want you to be able to read it and read those verses. They want, if you was listening to them, if they would have won, they'd have been saying, oh yeah, Christ is white. You know, he got rosy cheeks, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. Give me Revelation. What you got? Okay, Revelations, you know what I want. Read what you got.
John. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 68.
Go ahead.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Of course, Egypt means bondage. When you look at it in the Greek, it means bondage. So it brings some bondage again. Because remember, we was in the first Egypt, the Hebrew slaves. Now we got released, and then he put us in Egypt again, a bondage again. Read.
With ships.
Pack cargo slave ships. We pack these. You see that? Go ahead.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee.
You know he's not talking about the land of Egypt because you don't take a ship to get there. You can walk down into it. Right. But actually, we had to take a boat across the sea. Read.
Thou shalt see it no more again.
See it no more again. Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Right here we were sold not to our friends, not to nice people, dangerous. We were sold to a wretched snake, serpent. A guy that speaks nice, talks nice, he wears a suit and tie, he makes you feel good. He say, hey, I love you, man, how you doing? Oh no, he is really the serpent. That spirit on him is the serpent that deceived us even from way back in the garden. Go ahead.
Unto your enemies.
Not our friends, but our enemies. Read.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So it's nothing nobody can do. Jesus Christ, nobody can get us out of this.
It's the book of Revelations, chapter 1. Verse 1.
Go ahead.
The revelation of Jesus Christ.
The revelation means the revealing. That's what revelation means. The revealing of Jesus Christ. It's going to show you Jesus Christ. Read.
Verse 13. And in the midst of 7 candlesticks,
read.
One like unto the Son of Man.
So one that's like unto the Son of Man. Read.
Clothed with a garment down to the foot.
So we used to wear ancient garments come all the way down. Represent royalty. Royal kings, they don't wear pants and pocket like this. This is a warrior look. They wore their garments all the way down to the foot. Really, this is like a slave garment too, because you have to move around, have to work. If you got a long garment on, you can't do no work. But this is the king, right? Go ahead.
And girt about the paps with the golden girdle.
So he wore a golden girdle right here. Go ahead.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hair was white. It was like wool. Read.
As white as snow.
White as snow. Read.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
His eyes was red. He was a little bit of wine. He was stressed. Read. grass is already brown like my color. Burn it, now you got this. So it was super dark black charcoal. And this right here, they paint this image. First of all, you don't have woolly hair. Second of all, you don't have red eyes. Third of all, he's a white, so-called white. See that? 1611. King James. That's the year that they published it. They started interpreting it. And they do that. You know who does that, right? The Catholic Church is doing that because they're trying to get everybody to come back to Catholicism by changing the words. Now you get a new Bible, it ain't even say he was black. It ain't even say I'm black and I'm beautiful. We're gonna admit all of that to say we were sad. We're gonna admit I'm black and beautiful, but we were beautiful. He's gonna do that. Right. At the King James, it was a rap. So what's your name, brother? Nice to meet you, Daryl. Yeah, man. Yeah, we the dudes, man. We gotta. You can find us on YouTube too, man, and learn a lot. Yeah, we on Awaken Israel. Awaken Israel. Yeah, check us out. Awaken Israel, House of Israel. And you ain't got your phone, you plug it in there, and you type it in there. Yeah, you know.
Go on YouTube, sis. If you got it, go on YouTube.
Confirming everything, so
there you go.
And then you type it in for me?
Yep. You on YouTube?
Yep.
I'm from Brooklyn, New York, man. What's up, y'all? Y'all doing a great job, man. Good to see y'all here, man.
Hey, how you doing, my brother? Okay.
I'm used to saying this in New York, baby.
Oh, yeah. You see the Brooklyn camp?
I was like, yo, oh my gosh, man.
Wildfire.
Yeah, man. I'm so proud of y'all doing this, man.
Yeah, man, we're trying to get our people off the drugs, trying to get them to come back. Right. We gotta get off of that, man. We gotta come back to God so we can know how to deal with one another. The Bible ain't coming, it ain't something that's like impossible. Right.
once we get our women, we gotta get our women right and understand our women.
Right.
The problem is our people go off of what they've been told and not what they've actually read for themselves.
Oh yeah, you know how to know that? It's when everybody trying to adjust the fact.
Yeah.
One of all the facts, this is what they're doing.
Right.
That's why they got facts.
There you go.
They can identify them too real quick.
Right. All right, man, y'all be blessed. Yeah, so the blacks are the real Jews of the Bible, and we've been beat down to dust in America. You see that?
As a black man.
We've been beat down to dust. And America is destined for destruction. So we can either die with it, Israelites, or we can go ahead and sign with the Most High and get salvation. See that? Anybody else got anything you want to bring out? You with it something? You got something? You got nothing? I will help you out. Saturday, okay. We'll go ahead and shut down, man.
See that though?
We'll go ahead and kill the camera.